Hello guys, welcome back to my MP Coding YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn data types in Go language. So let's go on. Before that, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and click the bell icon to update with my new videos. So here we go. Okay, here's some data collection without any order. So what you can see here you can see some words and number values, right? So did you know that here all the data have their own data type in programming, and also this data can divide into categories using that data type. Then let's see how we can do that in Go programming language. Okay, data type. Mainly data types we can categorize into two parts. First one is basic data types. Second one is composite data types. So in this video, we are going to learn about basic data type. And in next videos, we will learn about composite data type. So don't waste time. Let's go on. Basic data types. Basic data types mainly we can divide into three parts. First one is numbers, second one is string, third one is Boolean. So again here numbers we can divide into three groups. First one is integers, second one is floating point numbers, third one is complex numbers. So let's identify them one by one. Here integer groups. So for this group we can put positive numbers and negative numbers, and we can't put any decimal numbers here, so you should remember it. So here integers, again we can divide into two subgroups. First one is signed integers, second one is unsigned integers. Here each group have their own members. Then signed integers have int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64. And here we can put positive numbers and negative numbers. Then unsigned integers have uint 8, uint 16, uint 32, uint 64, uint ptr. And here only we can put positive numbers. Then look here, in this data table have signed and unsigned integer type and their size and range. Here have int, uint, their size is 32 bits or 64 bits. So it's depending on the machine. Range also depending on the machine. The second one int 8, uint 8, their size is 8 bits. It equal to 1 byte. Then int 8 range is minus 128 to 127. Uint 8 range is 0 to 255. So here I am not going to tell others one by one because you no need to remember here size and range, but you need to have some idea about this size and range when you coding. So uint ptr here bit is not defined, but it can hold all the bits of a pointer value. Okay, here I created variables using signed and unsigned integer data type. Okay, well, before this we learned how to create variables in Go language in my previous video. So if you didn't watch it, you need to watch it first. For that, go to my description box. Then you can easily find the link to watch that video. Okay, that's fine. Then we can run our example. For that, open the terminal, then run the file. Okay, here is the output. Then you can see the value of variables in this output. So here value 1 and value 2 variables I created here using int type, and it belongs to the signed integer data type. Then value 3 variable created using uint type, and it's belong to the unsigned integer data type. Okay, then I am going to create one more variable here to highlight one important thing to you. So here I created variable as value 4 and it type int 8. So then I can run the program back. Before that I comment other variables here. Then I can run the program back. Okay. Here is the output and it is an error. Cannot use 128 as int 8 value in variable declaration. It is overflows. So I'm sure that you know the cause for this error, right? Then look here. This is the value range of int 8. It is minus 128 to 127. So this type of int 8 can only hold values within this range. So when you assign value for int 8, you should consider about this range. I think you clear it, right? So here we cannot assign 128. Then I assign 127 and check the result back. Okay, now it's working fine, right? Then I need to tell you that integers have default type, so it is int. Okay, cool. Here we discuss about integers. Then what is our next? It is floating point, right? So let's go to discuss about floating point numbers. Floating point numbers. In this group, we can put positive and negative numbers with decimal point. So again, these floating point numbers we can divide into two parts. First one is float 32, second one is float 64. So here default type is float 64 and default value is 0.0. Then I will explain this default type and default value from an example. Before that, look here in this data table have floating point types and their size and range. Float 32. Its size is 32 bits. It equal to 4 bytes. Here is the range of float 32. Minus 3.4e plus 382 3.4e plus 38. So you don't worry about this number. This is the scientific notation for representing this number value, and this number we can write in this way. Okay, float 64. Its size is 64 bits and it equal to 8 bytes. Here's the range of float 64. It is minus 1.7e plus 308 to 1.7e plus 308. Okay, that's fine. Here I created four variables using floating point data type. So these two variables created using float 32 type and these two variables created using float 64 type. So first of all I run the program and check the result. For that I open terminal, then run the program. Here you can see the result. This is the value of variables that I created here. First variable value is 37.156. Its type is float 32 and variable name is x value. Then second variable value is 3.4 e plus 38. Its name is x value and it is type float 32. Then third variable value is 524.721. Its name is a value and its type is float 64. Then fourth variable value is 1.7e plus 308. So its name is b value and its type is float 64. Okay, this is the maximum value of float 32. So you cannot make this value any larger. If you are trying to increase this value, you will get an error. We can check it. So this is the count of 0 in this value. So I will add one more 0 to here. Then it will become bigger than before. So I can run the program now to check it. Before that I comment others because I want to highlight this one. Then I run the program. You can see that, right? Here I get an error because I increase here value. So that is confirmed, right? We cannot increase maximum value of this float type. I just told you about default type and default value in float type. So we can check them here. For that I create a variable here without data type and variable name is value 1 and then assign value with decimal point. Then I'm going to print data type of this variable. Then I create one more variable without assigning value, and it name value 2 and data type plot 32. Then I'm going to print value of this variable. Actually, here I want to check default type and default value in float type. So I run the program and check it. So you can see the result here, right? Value 1's type is float 64. So this is the default type of floating point numbers. Then value 2 is 0. So this is the default value of floating point numbers. Okay, cool. Then here we discuss about complex number. So a complex number is made up of two parts, that is real number and imaginary number. In complex numbers have two type of numbers. The first one is complex 64. The second one is complex 128. And here default type is complex 128. Okay, complex 64 type. Here both real and imaginary numbers represent the float 32 type. Then complex 128 type. Here both real and imaginary numbers represent the float 64 type. Okay, you need to remember this thing. And I will explain more about complex number from the example. Okay, here we go. So here I created complex type variable using this simple syntax. So in this variable, this is the real number and this one is the imaginary number. So I just run this program and see the result. You can see that, right? This one is the complex number and this is the type of this variable, and it means complex 128 is a default type in complex number. Also in Go programming language has built-in function to create complex number. Its name is complex function. So this is the syntax of complex function. Here R is real number and I is imaginary number, and here both real and imaginary part should be same size. And I told you that in complex number, both real and imaginary numbers represent the float type. So here default assign it to float 64. This is the return type. Here return complex 128. It is default type in complex numbers. So we can create complex type variable using this function. So here I created variable. Its name is value A and I'm going to print value of it. Also we can print type of this variable. So here, real and imaginary number we can take separately, and also we can check data type of it. Like here I do. In this statement, I print real number, then I am going to print data type of it. Then we can print imaginary number. In this statement, I print data type of imaginary number. Then we can run the program. Okay, you can see output is here. So this is the complex number that I created in this variable and its type is complex 128. It is default type of it. Real number is 7. It get from this complex number. So it type is float 64. Imaginary number is 18. It also get from this complex number and it type is float 64. Okay, cool. Then here we discuss about string data type. So a string is a sequence of characters that can be letters, numbers or symbols. It represents using double quotes or backticks and here keyword is string. Okay, here I created string type variables. First one is data1, second one is data2. Here data type is not specified and value surrounding with double quotes. And here data type already specified and value surrounding with backticks. Okay, then I run the program and check the result. So you can see the output is here. This is the value of data1 and data1's data type is string. And this is the value of data2. Okay, it's done. Then here we discuss about Boolean data type. In this data type only have true and false values. Here default value is false and keyword is bool. This is the main thing we have to know about Boolean data type. Then let's go to see that usage of Boolean data type. So this is the how we create variables using Boolean data type. Here I created variables as result1, result2 and result3. Then I run the program to check result. Here is our output. Result1 is true and result2 value is false. Here I didn't assign any value for the result2 but when compile time it has assigned value as false. It is default value of Boolean data type. Result 3 value is true. Okay, it's done. Okay, here I am going to discuss about byte and rune data type. So what is this byte and rune? Actually, these two type used to represent character values in Go language and also this byte and rune data types are taken under integer data type. So here byte type is alias for uint8 and rune type is alias for int32 of integer data type and also byte and rune are used to distinguish characters from integer values. Byte type is represent ASCII characters and rune type is represent Unicode characters and that are encoded in UTF-8 format. Here rune is default type for character values. Okay. Then here I created variables using byte and rune data type. So this variable created using byte type, its name is character1 and these two variables created using rune type. Then we can check our output. So here is our output. Character 1 value is M and its ASCII value is 109. Type is uint8. But here character 1 type is byte, right? So what is the reason for that? Because of why here all the characters are understood by our machine as integer values. That's why after compile type gave as integer type. Here byte type is alias for uint8. So here type also uint8. Okay. Character 2 value is $mark and its Unicode is here. Type is in32. Character 3 value is P and its Unicode is here. Type is in32. Okay, that's done. So in this video we learned about basic data types, right? So if you have any question about these basic data types, You can ask that in comment section and I will answer them as soon as possible. So we will meet soon with new video. Till then, stay tuned with us and subscribe my YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get all the notification about my new videos.